Oh, hey guys. Of course, as soon as I start the video, my throat's like, let's not cooperate. You know, generally in life, but especially in trucking, when something happens, other shit decides to like all happen at the same time. So this week was the week of shenanigans happening on the loads. Alright, so let's get into it. Now, I did just spend all week in Texas, but what I was told was going to happen wasn't ready yet, so it's still a little bit behind. So it is something big, very big step for me, but it's not quite ready yet, so I'm not gonna really say anything. What's the matter, cat? Just truck backing up. All right. So also, I barely did any work this week. Part of that was because I didn't know. It was very much day to day. I didn't know what was going to happen, what I was told was going to happen down in Texas. So really, I only did 2 loads. That's all I forgot to put a load down. I forgot to write, actually I did 3. I forgot to write 1 down. Oops. Alright. Luckily I remember that. I don't remember much about it, but I forgot to write a load down. Alright, so the first load went from Boise to San Antonio. It was a multi-stop. Now originally it was posted on the board. Drive my windows down, by the way. It's like 35 degrees, but sunlight's on me, so I cracked the windows. But I was posted on the board originally for $3,800. And see, me knowing that, you know, that area, especially outbound in Boise, I was like, no, I'm not. I almost didn't call about it. But it was my second load I called about. The guy said I have it. He has it posted for 38. I was like, honestly, dude, I'm not gonna touch it for 38. You're quite a bit under the market. And he's like, well, what would you need? I was like, honestly, I just like to get up into the market. It's just somewhere in there. Like market was like 45 to 5,700. I told him I'd like 53. He's like, I can do 5. I said, okay, fuck it, I'll take it at 5, right? The deadhead was 31 miles. Low was for 5, right? My cut was 44.50. So deadhead was 31 miles. Load is 16.54. Total 16.85 for 264 mile. It was B&D Foods, which literally right like behind Flying J over there on the east side of Boise. Like it's, I saw the TA. You just go across the bridge, make like 2 rights, and you're right there. Now, so this is multi-stop. Weird multi-stop too. When I got the bills from the load or the shipper, it only had 1 address, which normally in multi-stops you get an address for every single place you're going to and how many pallets. Well, this one was different. So this one, pretty much it was the first place going to, whatever that they can't hold, they send over to Lineage to hold on for them. But I don't get the bills for Lineage until I go to the first stop. So it was back of Orvuz was the first stop, Lineage was the second one. Broker was Megacorp, -10, chicken nuggets, you know, start stop, 31,000 pounds. I was booked at like 42,000 pounds, so I liked it. Also, I should mention in this week too, I did burn extra fuel because my APU, for some fucking reason, won't do AC. It runs just fine on fan, runs just fine on heat. I'll run all fucking day on that, you know, even start, stop. But like, anytime the compressor doesn't kick on, it will try to kick on for about 3 or 4 times. It'll get that warm noise and then like just go boom. So I don't let truck a little bit because, you know, when it's 70 degrees, 75 degrees, sunlight, daylight, kind of fucking sucks. I know, Cat, I know. Guy's dumping his airbags. Cat's not liking the noise. Now there was some bullshit on this load, so let's get that out of the way real fast, okay? So the load itself was easy. It wasn't until I slept at the place, the first stop, right? Slept at the place, right outside the fence, got up 6:30 in the morning, checked in. It says first come, first serve. Yeah, it may be noisy too. Airport is literally like a couple miles. Well, I guess it's like 8 miles, but planes go directly over. Checked in. Now keep in mind, remember what I said. The first stop determines how many pallets I get sent off with, okay? So, I'm there for about an hour and a half, and the guy comes out, puts the chocolate on my wheels, right? I guess that's, but I come out and I ask him, how many are you taking? He's like, none. We don't have any room, and our storage trailer right here is also full. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, so we're just gonna take them all off and sticker them and send them right back over to Lineage. I'm like, okay, easy, right? So hour and a half, I'm out, piece of cake. Get over to Lineage, I check in. Now my appointment at Lineage was like 1300, so I was like 5 hours early, right? Well, at this point now it was like around 10 a.m. over there. I get a call from the broker, and the broker was like, they forgot to take pallets off at the first stop, or they didn't take the pallets off they wanted at the first stop. Can you go back? And now, this is very important. If you have signed bills, you're under no obligation to do anything else. I had signed bills for the first stop. Now it's up to my discretion if I want to go back. Doesn't matter if it's a shipper or loaded. If a shipper forgets to put something on and they give you signed bills, you're under no obligation to go back. That is very important. And I happen to use the even though it was only like 5 miles away, right? But it took me like a half hour to go this 5 miles to San Antonio, right? Fucking morning traffic sucks on that eastern side of San Antonio. I was like, no, I'm just gonna stay here. You know, it's like, I was like, I did my end of the deal. Not on me. I have signed bills. And he's like, yeah, but it's only like 5 miles away. It's like, yeah, but I mean, they screwed up. Like, I figured out how to fix it, right? And the broker, see, I hate brokers that do this. It's like, and the most condescending tone, he's like, well, thanks for being unreasonable. Click. It's like, ugh. It's like, guys, no. I mean, if I fucked up, like if you want, see, this is the reason why multi-stops are important, especially when they have bills from their own. If the multi-stop was this like original multi-stop, right, a normal one, where it's like, this place is 9 pallets, but they only take 8, and I didn't catch it, I'm sort of, it's kind of my obligation to go back. Whether I just finish the other couple stops for the local and then go back, or go back right away. It's not my obligation. But they put everything back on. They signed bills. I had 24 pallets. They put 24 pallets on. Bill said 24 pallets for the next stop. That's all on them. And come to find out what happened. Hour and a half of me sitting over at the next stop, right? Well, okay. When I was there getting over the first time, somebody above the fucking, the little worker bees was like, they asked that person, how much of this project we need. The worker bees were told none, put it all back on, send him on his way. That's what happened. Hour and a half of me sitting at the second stop. I guess the boss man, pretty much the head boss, I was like, I need like 8 of those pallets. All's already gone. And he pretty much wanted to save himself like $400 to $500 and making me go fucking make me just bring it back. Fine. But what really pissed me off about this whole thing, this is why work is really interesting. I said no. That should be the end of it, right? I'm under no obligation to go back. It's fully my discretion. About 30 to 40 more minutes of me sitting there, I get a call from now Lineage telling me, come get my bills, my whole load's been rejected. And then guesses what happened? Well, it's 2 possibilities. Either the broker told Lineage to reject it, or my first stop, because it's technically their product, the Lineage sold on their product, right? Call Lineage, told them to reject it. That's not okay. That is never okay. You can't force a driver after you fucked up, you signed bills, to come back. That's not how this fucking shit works. Did I get any, and Brock called me earlier, he was like, I'll give you an extra $100 to go back. It's like, that doesn't do anything for me. I knew this was about to be a headache. I knew it was going to. And that's what just fucking happened. Because now if I go back, this Lineage we're talking about, they are very strict about appointments. If I'm late, am I paying the fucking work fee? Probably not, but with this way this load's already starting to turn out now, I don't know. Granted, this load paid pretty well, but I'm not going to risk shit. So I got very angry, and I didn't curse at the brokers. I didn't just go off at them, berating. But I was like, you guys I have signed bills. You guys cannot just force the driver, regardless who's doing it, to go back to save yourself money, regardless if it's the customer or them, right? And to quit the broker, I was going around in circles, and nobody was forcing me to do anything. That's the funny part. No one was forcing me to do anything. And see, this is why brokers don't understand. It's like, you guys realize, you guys can't just say certain things to trucks and expect to sometimes not have shit go wrong. That doesn't mean I'm going to do shit. But you guys wonder why things happen to your product. It's because of the way you guys go about doing things. I'm sitting there telling you that I assign bills. You guys cannot force me, which that is technically correct. And then you go, well, no one's forcing you to do anything. I was like, well, my second stop just rejects my whole trailer now. I'm being forced to go back. It's either that or have a claim, as the broker said. She's like, well, you either go back now or have a claim. Well, see, I'm not that person too. Well, I'll play your own games against you professionally. Like, I told her, oh, so you want to do that shit? Well, there's an empty lot right fucking here. You want to just say it's either this or this? Well, how about this? I just dump your fucking product right here. I mean, a claim's a claim at this fucking point. Because now, I had to go back to the first time. What happened was, I pulled in there, right? And the sad part is, the workers director who unloaded me this morning, didn't even know I was coming back. They didn't even know anything about the whole situation. So this whole fucking thing wasn't communicated throughout the whole fucking process line. And the one set of people that should know I'm coming back is the fucking workers that have to touch the truck. So I go in there, I'm like, the guy who unloaded me this morning, he looked familiar, even though he's wearing, mask. He works in the freezer, right? So he's wearing a mask and cold gear. I was like, aren't you guys? Because all I know is I see this pretty much. Like, forehead and eyes. So I'm trying to recognize him on the eyes. I was like, aren't you guys unloading me this morning? He's like, yeah. He's like, he's so shocked. He's pretty much shocked to see me. And he's like, I tell him, well, I need your boss, right? And he's like, gets on the phone, calls the boss, and the guy's like, I'll pretty much told him that he'd be out here in a couple minutes. So I was like, okay, no worries. But I told the loader, I was like, I need you to kind of stay here just in case I need you, right, to verify some things. He's like, okay. Because I had told him, I kind of told him, like, TLDR, what was kind of going on. So, the loader was cool. But the lady checked me in this morning, came out, she's like, what do you need? I was like, are you boss? And she's like, no. I was like, well, you can't help me then. And she just kind of laughs. I was like, well, you can laugh all you want. Generally, when I start saying things like this, it means I'm kind of fucking angry now. I was like, you can laugh all you want, but I'm not the one who fucked up here. Because I try my best to not take any frustration out on brokers, shippers, or employees, the delivery. I try to keep it to myself. It's not always easy, but unless you're directly, at fault, then I'll try to direct it mostly at you. Boss man came out. I was like, here's the situation, right? Explain the whole situation again to him. I was like, I need you to either take all this now, or I don't know. I mean, because I have another load, so I really need to take all this product now. And this person just did a U-ey, parks across all the docks. You can try to go into a door and not block another truck. Like, she's blocking 3 docks. Like the lady at the door over there? Yeah, there's a truck parked across my nose. So actually 5 docks. Because even though there's a giant U-turn place over there, that's where she just had to sit. I guess now she's trying to pound on doors instead of walking all the way back around. Gotta love lazy truckers. I'll give props to this guy. He's like, I used to be a trucker. So, he asked the unloader if we have room. And the unloader's like, yeah, it's gonna be tight, but we got room. But they took it all. So, crisis averted, but it only went downhill from there. I don't know what this person's doing, but for some reason she really needs to talk to somebody. everybody, but gonna block everybody. Second load, okay? I decided deadhead 91 miles down to Batesville, Texas. Because honestly, San Antonio wasn't looking very good anyways. And I had to say, I'm trying to say inner Texas at this point. Remember, I'm trying to stay in a loop. So, next morning pickup, $1,000, right? So my cut, $890. 91 miles down to Batesville, load of 375, goes to Grand Prairie. So pretty much middle, southern side in the middle of Fort Worth and Dallas. Load of 375, total 466, $1.90. Not great, but better than what I was gonna get elsewhere. It was 2L cooling. I was picking up tubs of cabbage, and they came in like those tubs that hold watermelon. Place is friendly. I mean, it has some shenanigans, but I was going to Fresh Express, tight place. Not too bad though. Broker with Mid-America, 35 continuous, easy load. So this was a farm, so it was fine getting there. But the day of that was supposed to load, right? Well, okay, they came out to me because I got there on the 5th, right? The afternoon of the 5th, right? They came out to me and they're like, "What do you got?" And I was like, "Or what are you trying to pick up?" And I was like, "Well, here's my pickup number." And they're like, "Oh, you'll be ready tomorrow." I was like, "Okay." Broker sends me a text. Next morning, I check in, right? But she sends me a text, says your load to be ready about noon. Okay. And it's a farm. I kind of expect things like this, right? Well, I then get a call from the broker, says your product won't be ready till tomorrow morning. Do I mind sitting on it? So meaning I'm going to be sitting there for like a day and a half. I was like, well, it depends. I was like, I need a few minutes to see my options because they're asking me if I want layover or tonneau. I was like, well, give me a bit to see what my options are, right? I was like, I'll give you a call back. So I look at it and there's 2 loads, $450 pretty much, back up to San Antonio, going to like Dallas. I was like, no, I mean, fuck, 3 loads. I mean, it's the afternoon. It's kind of late, especially in high capacity areas like Texas. So I was like, no, I call her back. I was like, oh, just give me a layover. They send $250 over, right? Don't even question it. I mean, this broker, very communicative. I'll give them props. They did not have to tell me, oh, your load will be ready about noon. Call me and said, your product probably won't be ready for like tomorrow morning. So give them props. No, a lot of brokers won't do that. So I go in the office, I'm like, hey, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, right? And they're like, well, we had a piece of equipment go down. I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, what do you want me to do? You want me to sleep here against the fence because that's where I was staging, or do you want me to go back out in the street and sleep? Because they told me I probably won't get loaded till tomorrow morning, like early. They're like, just go back out in the street. I was like, okay. So I go out there. Like 2 hours later, come knocking on my door, says, hey, it's ready now, come get loaded. I was like, what? I got all comfy, closed my curtains, pulled up the laptop, started gaming, right? I guess they fixed the equipment. They just weren't anticipating on fixing it, or being able to get it fixed in time. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a minor headache. That's easy peasy. I mean, a broker would even helped me out, even though I could have still made the appointment on time and would have, but because of the fact I got loaded so late compared to what it should have been. I mean, I didn't get out of there till like 1500, right? They moved the appointment. It was supposed to be like 0600 next day. They moved it up to like 10 a.m. Just give me a little bit of more wiggle room and some. It's also Texas, and you're gonna get traffic on the way up. So they allowed me to get a couple hours more sleep, pretty much. But they did ask for half the layover back, which is fair technically. But so I kept an extra $125 off it. They didn't have to do that. Granted, they kind of already sent the layover, so it's kind of like they're working a deal with me. They just asked for half back. I always felt like being nice. But like I said, I only did 3 loads. The last one was, what was it? It was like 21 total miles. Loaded like 2.5 miles away from me. And it went up to United States Cold Storage up in Dallas. off 30, I believe. Pretty sure 30. And that one was originally posted for $200. It was also MakeCorp. I was taking a bit of a risk here, especially with how recent this thing was. But I was betting it was in the same office. Seems like I was right. Oh, at first, MakeCorp, by the way, started screening my calls. So when I tried calling them back to let them know that I was getting fully unloaded, they screened me. One guy would, you hear the click, puts on hold, right? You'd hear another guy pick up, click, hold. That happened like 3 times. It spent like 20 minutes on hold. Finally, some other guy who was at home decided, was answered. Not okay. Like, if I did that shit, they'd fucking be crying to the fucking emails. To anybody who would answer in the company, they'd be crying. Like, these brokers try about every little fucking thing. But the moment you fucking say anything back, they act like the biggest babies. It's like high school, right? Or junior. It's like school. They're bullies, but as soon as you stand back up, they're the victim. Fuck those brokers. But I'll probably still pull for them because, I mean, let's be honest, money talks. I just will be a little bit more aware of some things. But okay, so the low was originally posted for $200. I told them they need to at least match the local offers, which was $400 to $500. They said they could do 400. I said, how about meet in the middle, 5 or 450? They agreed. So like I said, I forgot to fucking write this shit down. But I mean, let's be honest, 450. Like taking 9% of that, and it's for like what, 22 miles? Some pretty good mileage, right? Pretty good rate. I'm still gonna get a pretty nice check, but I did overfill quite a bit because having an idle. And now my week was pretty much done like Wednesday. That was the first load delivered Monday. The last load, that short little 21-mile load, delivered Wednesday. I was taking it easy on purpose because I was anticipating something happening this week that did not happen. Again, something big. I'll give you a hint though. It's 2 of them. But I was misinformed. It's going to take a little longer than I thought. Probably 2 to 3 more weeks. Maybe, well, let's say 1 to 3 more weeks. Depends on how fast things can happen involving a couple states. But I don't mind. Yeah, I've been a lot fucking better, more money in my pocket in my APU than like if I was living in a cold environment. Piece of cake. It was the fact that I had to deal. I'm hot by nature, even though I'm fucking from Wyoming. I get hot easily, right? And I'm generally pretty warm. Makes no fucking sense considering I'm from Wyoming, where it doesn't get anywhere as hot as the fucking South does. But whatever. I still made a pretty good check though. Although now this truck is starting to have some issues. For some reason, this truck decides to start throwing a misfire code on cylinder 3. It's a good thing. There's good things happening around now. Although that's drivable. I mean, that's not going to derated truck. It's just going to rough idle loss of power. Like, honestly, I didn't even notice anything. And it just randomly popped up. So it could just be, it got a bad batch of fuel going through there. Who knows? Who fucking knows? That is one very shiny ass trailer you guys can't see. But anyways, you guys stay safe out there. Next time, bye!